he's going to close everything out. We wouldn't be here standing at this cabin but for Marty. And, you know, I can't thank him enough. I don't have the words. I just want to say that I love you.
First of all, Mr. Peer, your daddy had a pretty good week when he came down through this part of the country. Just the Carter family, Jimmy Rogers, and there's a lady that often gets overlooked over there. It's Miss Patsy Stoneman of the Stoneman family. Pop Stoneman had a lot to do with it. And while we're in the middle of country music business, the business at hand is there's three people here that ought to be in the Country Music Hall of Fame pretty soon. That's Connie Smith, Tom T. Hall, and Pop Stoneman. Yeah. Well, the first time I walked up to this cabin, I thought about the verse in the Bible where God said, "Take your shoes off, Moses, you're on holy ground." And that's the way I felt, because I feel like this is the valley. I know country music came from across the ocean and it came from a lot of different places, but I feel like this is where God gave country music its birth certificate. And this is where we all learned, it's where our hearts started. It's where the heartbeat of country music as we know it now started. And if country music was about neighbors, community, family, friends, that's not changed. And speaking of neighbors, if you're just gonna have a neighbor, I couldn't think of a better fella in the world than Mr. Tom T. Hall to have as a neighbor. Now, this is a true story, old storyteller. Before I met Connie, I had a girlfriend, and she had a farm out in Williamson County. There was a big hill between her farm, and Tom T. bought a piece of property out there, and he went out there and did kind of the same thing. He built him a little getaway where nobody could bother him. He could be close to nature, be close to the land. And for some reason, I bought my ex-girlfriend the ugliest hog I've ever seen in my life. And that hog took a liking to Tom T. And he'd go across the mountain to see Tom T. And I heard that Tom T wrote on the side of that hog my phone number. If hog is lost, call this number, Marty Stuart's hog. I used to get a lot of calls, Tom. Thank you. Tonight, somewhere, and in a lot of different places, and it's been like a lot of Saturday nights concerning country music. There are coliseums full of yelling and screaming young people who are just now discovering country music or following their favorite country star. But the person who means the most to me on Saturday night, wherever I am, is that lady right there, Jeanette Carter. She's gone so many years without notice. There's a thing called the chart, and then there's a thing called the heart. And Jeanette Carter has truly represented the heart and soul and dignity and integrity of country music for so many years. And honey, you are to be applauded and loved for every bit of that. And I do love you. This whole family. The good thing about Carter family music, it's in the hands of a whole new generation. Carlene, John Carter, Dale Jett's the greatest country singer I ever heard. On and on and on and on and on. It goes on. It goes on. Glory. And the thing about it, I have one more comment, and then we'll pick a song and get out of here. I saw where a Carter family box set came out, and Time Life Records reviewed it, Tom T. And the quote was simply this: the review of the box set said, "In the light of perfect beauty, tears are the only answer." And that's Carter family music. It's perfect beauty. How about that? Bring me a guitar and a band, please. And we would like to invite Uncle Joe Bull Carter to get up here and sing a little bass on It Takes a Worried Man to Sing a Worried Song. Come here, Joe Bull. This song has 200 verses in it, and we're gonna sing every dadgum one of them. Would you give me just a little hog sound on that, just to make sure it's working? Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Well, it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. Well, I went across the river, I lay down to sleep. I went across the river, and I laid down to sleep. Went across the river, and I lay down to sleep. When I woke up with shackles on my feet. Well, it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. Take it, Kenny. I got 29 links of chain around my leg. Lord, 29 links of chain around my leg. 29 links of chain around my leg, and on each link is the initial of my name. Well, it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. Well, I asked that old judge what might be my fine. Asked that old judge what might be my fine. Asked that old judge what might be my fine. 21 years on the RC mountain line. Well, it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. Thank you anymore. Well, this train that I ride is 16 coaches long. Train that I ride is 16 coaches long. Train that I ride, 16 coaches long. The girl I love is on this train and gone. Well, it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. Well, if anyone should ask you who composed this song, if anyone should ask you who composed this song, if anyone should ask you who composed this song, Tom T. Hall. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long.